Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Great Sports and Spaghetti. I'm here with Ant, and I'm here with Chris. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Nick?
That was a good
I'm
intro,
doing
Nicky.
fantastic. Thanks, guys.
How you doing, Nick?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Good. What'd you do today? Did you work today?
Honestly,
I don't see you in your garb today.
Yeah, I didn't work. This is my one day off in the last, I don't even know, 20 days or something.
This guy works
Crazy,
every day.
man. It sucks. But today, we were, clearing out a possible bedbug infestation in the home. I mean, not an infestation, but possible bed bugs. But we didn't find any. But Dad pesticided all our mattresses, so.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why I was late. We were
You
still
might have to edit a little something there.
Wait. That was an awful hot way to start today.
Dude, it's
Okay? It might be in keeping with the episode today that it was hot.
Keep
if
the
you catch
spice.
the drift. Catch the spiciness.
Let me recant. It's not an infestation. It's a possible intrusion.
You're gonna have to explain.
Now we have an SAT word over here. We can't. Yeah, there's an intrusion,
Yes.
an invasion.
Sure, whatever you want to call it. Intrusion is a word.
No, I know. It's you used it properly.
Thank you. No, thank you.
An invasion is like a little bit worse than an intrusion.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's an invasion.
Okay. A break-in?
Yeah, it's an intrusion.
Okay.
They're intruding.
Little bedbug B&E.
They're intruding on our beds. Possibly. I mean, it might not even be that. Basically, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we start waking up with bites, me and Mom.
yeah,
but
yeah.
not Dad. But it's been very, it's only a couple every, 3 nights.
It might be like little spiders.
That's what we considered, but apparently spiders don't bite unless they feel threatened.
Well, if you're laying down and roll onto them, you might threaten them.
Not enough
be-
for 11 bites in one night.
Could be getting rocked.
11 in
That-
a night?
Yeah, that was Mom's first night.
Oh,
with
Madonna
him.
mia. That's a lot.
Could be getting rocked with mites too.
Yeah, I mean, you
There could be
you can look at the
mites.
bite. This is my most recent one. That was
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
3 nights
Show the
ago.
camera.
That was 3 nights ago. There's a puncture mark too. So
I don't think bed bugs.
they
leave puncture
don't. They
marks.
don't. That's
Yeah.
why we're confused. But it still must be something.
Ants?
No, not
Not at
ants.
night.
You would see ants.
Ants go
You got
down.
the
Go away.
silverfish.
I don't think so.
Silverfish don't bite.
We considered
do they?
fleas. We considered fleas.
Yeah, but silverfish
No,
are
fleas you'd
happy
see
for
them
the
and you'd
house.
be itching.
That's what we thought, especially because they usually bite your hair and stuff too,
Have
like
you
your
ever
head.
seen the house centipedes? How good they are for your house?
How
The
about-
big things?
Yeah, I like to ignore them because they disgust me.
Oh, they're awesome.
I hate them, but they kill all the creepy
They're
crawlies.
very good
They
for
are
us.
a creepy crawly.
Well, that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I mean, it would be even it would be less interesting if it was just my room because my room's always a mess. But Mom's room too is kind of crazy. So we have no idea what it is.
Yeah, Mom's room isn't a mess.
But Mom's mad annoyed, so she
I
she
can
told
imagine she's
she
annoyed.
told Dad to bomb the house. So he bombed our rooms. And if that doesn't work, we're bombing the house.
Are you? Where do you need a place to stay?
No. He just
Because don't come to my house.
I won't. That's probably where they came from. No.
No.
Nah, he just got this pesticide stuff and this machine and put it all over our beds. And so mine's drying right now,
Oh man,
but it'll be dry by the time I get home.
what an ordeal!
It is. We had to put all the sheets and blankets and garbage bags and take them to the laundromat
Sure.
separately. Not
It's
fun.
like lice. It's like when you have lice.
Yep.
That's how I spend my day off.
Well, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I say it every day. Everything happens for a reason, and so it's a good thing that you were off today because you were able to help. It probably wasn't what you wanted to do, but it was probably the best thing for you to be at
Probably.
home. Very good. Well, how was your day, Anthony?
It's all right. Had a rough morning, but we found out that some of my clients don't know how to read tape measures,
Oh,
which is funny because I sell steel to contractors. And we had a gentleman today calling me freaking out because he needed 16-foot studs, but we delivered 10-foot studs and he wanted to return. Cool, no problem. That's, you ordered the wrong ones. It's okay. Not a problem at all. So I'm going through all this guy's orders and I go back 2 years and I can't find an order for 10-foot studs. So I'm like, hey, I can't return anything. Maybe you need to learn how to work your system and blah, blah, blah. And this is my fault. And then my boss called and was like, hey, could you just do me a favor and measure? Because we see that we dropped off 150 12-footers. And the guy's like, "Oh my God, my general contractor or my project manager does not know how to read a tape measure."
Oh, so you had the right ones.
Yeah, had the right ones the whole time.
Why do I feel like his project manager's family?
I don't know.
If you hire a project manager, they're not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna dox the guys out here because maybe we'll need construction one day.
No doxing.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then day got better.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, solid time.
I'm glad you guys had eventful days today.
I'm sure you had a very eventful day. Doing absolutely nothing.
No, that is not true. I did a lot, actually. I was outside in the garden today, and I planted all of my fall vegetables today. And I harvested all of what you see in front of you today. Yes, that is corn. That was the last one. I only grew seven stalks this year. But yeah, I was way too early, but I wanted to bring it here. Little baby pumpkins. They only get about 2-3 inches, like a hockey puck size. I got bell pepper, cucumbers, some tomatoes, zucchini down there. Yeah.
Can you hear me any better this way, or does this way work?
Both of them are fine.
Okay, because mine was horizontal and we got the two verts. I just wanted to
No, you're fine.
we're rocking around.
Yeah, no, it was a good day, and then I drove around. So listen, since I'm home, I need something to do. So I've been doing Instacart. I've been making tons of money doing that. Don't sign up for Instacart if you live in Danbury. Don't sign up.
You ever go to Stop and Shop?
You know, I've been to Stop and Shop, the one that's closing
a
bunch.
Yeah,
I haven't been down to yours yet. If I ever am down there, of course, I'll say something to you.
Yes, sir.
I'll shout at him. Yeah. So anyway, I was in my garden today, and that's kind of the theme of our show today. We want to do some garden talk, and Anthony sent me a cool tip earlier in the week that we're going to talk about. That your Uncle
Mario.
That your Uncle Mario
I can do a couple of his tips if you
No,
want.
you can, because I have some too. That's going to be our food segment today, so it'll take some time. But before we do that, Anthony, you have a jar.
I have a jar.
You have a jar of something in here that wasn't the original thing in the jar, because it's not
that is an
Great Gherkins kosher dill spears.
That's an Aldi jar. But we always save pickle jars because I do my own pickling.
There's something being pickled in here.
There's something that is pickling in there.
Oh, boy.
If you recall watching last week's episode, it did come out a little late. We were having issues. Don't worry about it. This one might come out late too. Who knows?
No, it'll be on time. I was just being a parent. There was no issues. That was me.
Well, no, I don't
feel bad.
We had some timing. You shouldn't feel bad. Listen, if we want to drop on Saturday mornings, we'll drop on Saturday mornings. I don't know why I got hostile there. Anyway, if you listen to last week's episode, right, you know Nikki does not like pickles.
I was actually excited to try a spear today, and now there's no spears.
There will not be any spears.
I can make this exact same pickling with Chris's pickling cucumbers once we get them.
Yep.
So
the first cup, we'll talk later.
So I've been, I've gotten into good favor with all the fellas at work. They like me. So
gotten tons of stuff.
They're
from them.
all just harvesting everything. I got a summer squash not too long ago. I got a yellow one. I got a summer squash. Jim, shout out Jim, brought me cilantro. He brought me a bunch of stuff. Jalapenos.
Which we used, the cilantro.
We did use the cilantro. These are serrano peppers. They're like a jalapeno, only a little spicier. These were actually given to me by my coworker. His name is Gene. Shout out Gene. But like I said, I've come into favor, so I'm getting a lot of good fresh garden things. So when I walk down to my desk and there's just 12 serrano peppers sitting on my keyboard, I'm like, what am I going to do with 12 serrano peppers? They're going to go bad. I'm not going to eat them. So I made pickles.
You know what? Serrano peppers, and the friends at restaurants say when I say serrano, they make fun of me. So I just say serrano like an American, because they say I'm trying to force it. So, whatever. So the cool thing about peppers such as jalapeno, serrano, ancho, which are poblano, they're the same. Just one is smoked, the other's
Oh,
not.
those are the fumes are.
The nice thing about serrano peppers is that they're small.
Yeah, these are small. These are small peppers.
And because they're small, when they're on the plant can sustain a lot of them.
Well, yeah, that's why we got. I mean, I got 12, and
That
Jim
was just
got
one.
12.
Yeah, 12 is like
Well, it was 24 in a single picking.
You
yeah.
could pick. I was gonna say 12 is nice for like one day, and then the next day when they're being harvested, you could get 12 more.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. The downside of fresh peppers, even the bell pepper I have here, I picked this morning. It's already starting to lose its crisp. And it's because it's non-GMO, and I know those are too. So if you don't use them pretty quick, they shrivel up and they go bad.
And that's why I pickled them immediately.
That's awesome.
So
Tell them how you did it.
yeah, it's gonna be super simple. Let me throw this. It's fine. So I was gonna shake. So pickling, it's very easy. This was called a quick pickle, so I didn't put it in a jar and vacuum seal it, boil the jar, none of that. Take a jar, make sure it's clean. Slice the serrano peppers however you'd like to slice them. I have some thin ones, some thicker ones that you can see. Yeah, it's a solid little shot there.
Yeah, they're like little half-inch slices.
Yeah. What you're going to do, and I do this with my pickles too, anytime you're going to pickle something, measure stuff and then pour it in the jar to make sure everything fits. How about that? So, what goes into the pickling liquid? It was 3/4 cup of water. Actually, I did a little more.
The Pickled, sorry.
The Pickled. So we'll say, let's say about a cup of white vinegar, a cup of water. I would say about three tablespoons of regular sugar. I did a handful of crushed cloves of garlic, and I think I did 3 or 4.
Put
and
the
then,
top on this. I want to show the people.
And then I did.
I just want to show the garlic because it's nice. It's like nice pieces. And we've talked on this podcast about how when you chop it really fine, it gives more garlic, and when you just crush it like that, it's a little milder, and so it's not going to overpower it. Mm-hmm. Nice.
I did some pink sea salt or kosher salt, either one you got works, and I did a bay leaf in the boiling liquid. So we boil everything except the peppers. That includes the garlic. You are going to boil the garlic. Boil that down until all the salt and the sugar is dissolved, and you have a nice liquid. When you take the pot off of the stove, don't immediately put it into your face because the garlic will destroy every sinus you have, especially with red pepper flake in there. I learned the hard way.
It'll open you right up.
Yep. And then you just put your whatever you want to pickle, whether it be a cucumber or peppers in this case. You put the chopped peppers in the container, your ball jar, your leftover Aldi jar. You pour the hot liquid over it, and then you, instead of sealing it all the way, you're just going to seal it kind of like that, just so it's not too hot, just so a little air can escape if need be. Then when it's cool enough to handle, we close it.
Tighten it, yeah.
This gets suctioned in, and you have a vacuum-sealed pickle jar.
Now, to be clear, this is not what you would do if you want to pickle something and save it for a long time.
No, you'd want to can that. So what you would do is you get your
got
mason jar. You would do like a parboil or just hot water. You would disinfect the jar, keep the jar in the water, fill everything. Then you'd seal it and let the water boil, and then the hot water will suck everything out.
But this is a great option if you're going to be using it within the week, within 2 weeks.
These will last for probably, I would say, like 4 to 5 weeks would be my best bet.
Yeah.
As long as we're keeping them closed. But I think they're pretty good. You guys want to try them?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Sure.
Absolutely. 100%.
So we'll turn this into an episode of Nikki Tries Stuff, I guess.
Yes, sir.
So we'll have you look at the camera.
You said it wasn't hot, but I actually like it being hot.
Oh, it's hot. Don't worry.
Yeah, I lied to
That
you.
was a lie.
Oh, good. No, good.
It's funny. I text Chris immediately after I text you in the group chat. I was like, yeah, Nikki, they're not hot. I text Chris. I said, they're incredibly hot.
They're pretty
But
spicy.
I like that. Like, that would have been a good
He
thing.
likes spicy. His stomach just doesn't.
All right, so I have 3 if you'd like to choose.
I think Nick should take the first one. I already know what it's going to taste like.
I'll go for the middle one.
Okay. I'll go for the end. I'll go for the end piece.
And I've had a bunch of these. So
Oh, smell that. I've already tasted the juice, but yeah.
Ready, boys?
Oh man.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Cheers.
That is so good. Anthony. What do you think?
That's really good.
Wow.
That is really
Has
good.
it hit yet? Look at his face. Look at his face.
Yeah, oh, it's spicy.
No, that
it's
thing-
hot, right? It's like makes you hot.
Nah, not even. It just stings.
It's a stinger.
They're good though, right?
They're really good.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I'll take 14.
Spectacular. I'll take 14 of them. You want me to tell you what's in it?
Listen, he's
No.
struggling too. He went straight to the water. So don't.
It's spicy.
Don't
I'm
come
not
at me over
struggling.
here.
No, I'm not
I'm chilling.
struggling. It's delicious.
I'm cool as a cucumber right now.
It's absolutely fantastic.
All right, so this is Nikki Try Stuff. Why don't you give your review?
Ooh. Well, it was really good. I'm gonna say that right away, and it's also really spicy. But it was good. I don't even know what to say. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I'll give it a 7.5.
Oh,
Whoa.
I'll take that.
How about
It almost touched 8. It almost touched 8, but
I agree. I mean, it's really good. It's the trademark Anthony spicy. I like that. I taste the garlic. I'm wondering what the bay leaf does for it. I was hoping to taste bay, but
I was thinking it kind of is a good foundation to build on. Was my best
and it's
guess.
got to be in there. I just couldn't find it, and it's fine. I was just when you said bay leaf, I was like, huh.
you know, as soon as I smelled it, I knew I was gonna like it because I could smell the garlic and the vinegar, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good.
And right away, you smell the pepper.
Well, yeah,
the
yeah.
heat of it. Now, I dripped. Now, my next question is why no dill?
I didn't want the dill flavor in the peppers.
No,
That was it.
I was just curious. I think it's fantastic.
When I do pickles, I usually do dill. I want to try homemade bread and butter pickles.
Those are good.
I want to try those. Have you ever had those?
Bro, I don't need pickles.
There's different kind of pickles.
I don't like mushy pickles. If you give me something mushy, I'm not gonna
No.
like
they would.
it.
I would make would be crisp like these.
Then I
Especially
think I would
when-
like it.
If you buy them at the store
Yes.
and if you have them at home, it's two completely different things. If you do bread and butter pickles or dill pickles or spicy, whatever you want, kosher dill, the cucumbers are fresh. So it wasn't sitting in a jar for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the jar for a week, 2 weeks, whatever the time that it takes to pickle is. And so you're not going to get a situation where it's mushy unless you slice them too thin. Then they might get mushy. But as long as they're like, that wasn't mushy, that's the texture of the cucumber. It really stays the same.
Then I think I'd like it, man.
It's a pickle
Because I don't
base.
like the mush.
Relish is mushy.
No, I'm talking about like when you get it on a sandwich.
Again,
A
well,
pre-made sandwich, they sit. That
Yeah.
has
And-
a lot to do with
Well,
it.
Chick-fil-A.
it's hot.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A sandwiches they're hot. That's why.
It's a hot sandwich. So when you put the wet pickle on bread, the bread is soggy.
Yeah,
now.
I don't like that.
I don't mind it, but the bread is soggy. The heat from the chicken and from the toasted
Yeah,
bun
yeah,
is
yeah.
gonna make the pickle soft. No, if you take a pickle out of the fridge, pickle chip out of the fridge and eat it, it's delicious, crispy. That's the crunch, like the Vlasic guy. He does the crunch. It's the whole thing about the crunch. That's the whole.
Vlasic guy?
Yeah, it's a brand of pickle.
Isn't the Vlasic guy a duck?
Whatever it is.
Was it a duck or was it like a crane or a heron or something?
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it the Vlasic guy.
I am not gendering this thing. Okay?
I would call it the bird.
The Vlasic they
I
them.
would
gonna
call it the
look-
Vlasic bird.
I'm gonna look it up. Vlasic mascot. Vlasic. It's a stork.
There we
Oh,
go.
stork.
That's like a
His
heron.
name is Giovanni.
No.
Giovanni. Yeah, Giovanni. His name is Giovanni. I swear to God.
I bring it to the pickle.
He speaks in a Groucho Marx style voice and holds the pickle like a cigar. Stork. He's white. I couldn't place him. I thought he was green, but that wouldn't have made any sense.
Green.
No.
What?
Are you thinking
thought-
Are you thinking the Grillo's pickle logo? Because that's just a pickle.
The pickle. No, I was thinking of Honey Smacks.
Isn't that a frog?
Yes, that's why it's green. I know. I mistook them. I mixed them up. I'm old.
We're gonna get so off topic here because we're talking about garden. I'm a big Honey Squares fella. I like them.
Honey Squares.
Well, whatever you call them. That's the Aldi brand.
What are
like
honeys?
Golden Grams.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Listen,
this is bold here. I'm a Golden Grams over a CTC guy any day of the week and twice on Saturday mornings.
I think that's wrong, and I think that Cocoa Krispies are better than all of them.
Those are good.
Combined.
We're gonna have a cereal episode and just eat cereal.
Oh yeah. Too bad Nick doesn't like cereal.
Oh man,
My bad. I mean, if you want to bring some in, try them. I'll try them, but I'm not gonna like
Nick
them.
has
Man.
no dog in that fight.
I don't.
See how I knew that already?
Roof.
I just knew that. It was just like he doesn't like cereal. There's no way he doesn't like
Not
goldfish.
one cereal.
Nah.
Not a not a piece.
Not one Cheerio.
No.
Forget
Nary a Reese's
A
Puff.
Reese's Puff is what I was gonna say. If there
Nary.
was any cereal that anybody could like, it's Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. Eat them up, eat them
Bro,
up, eat them
I've
up.
said this.
Peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Then what was the Cheerios?
What?
Oh, it was when they did the Honey Nut Cheerios and Nelly was in the commercial.
Yes.
Hey, must be the honey.
Oh, Nick, you're missing out.
You act like I don't know the commercials.
You're missing out on but that's the taste sensation.
No, I've said this before. Like, not on the show, but this is what I always say. When I watch someone eat cereal, it looks gross. when I open the box of cereal, it looks and smells gross.
Nothing crunchy is bad, I don't think.
Okay? I don't like it. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the thought of it. I don't like the taste of it.
So, the only cereal I have issue with, right? Kashi, disgusting. Wood shavings, don't like it.
Depends.
Captain Crunch, I never
Nope.
really ate Captain Crunch, but Captain Crunch is funny because there's a time period. There's like a time where you either got to eat it, but if you eat it too soon, it'll destroy the entire roof of your mouth because it's too hard. And if you wait too long, it'll leave a film on the inside of your mouth that like a Brillo pad couldn't
Throw
take
up.
off.
Stop.
You're not a Crunchberry Express fella?
Stop. You know who loves Captain Crunch is my mother. And
Shout out Tish. We love
shout out,
Captain
we
Crunch.
love you, Tish. She loves Captain Crunch. It's like that's one of her favorites. I never liked it.
Never liked Lucky Charms.
Oh, that's the only marshmallows I like.
Like those freeze-dried ones
Yeah.
where they have like a to it.
Oh, it has to see because crunchy is good.
But it's not
And
it's not a
and-
crunch. It's not a crunch. It's like a hold on. It's like a
Yes. It's like I know. It's like a dry sponge.
You know what else I like? I'm a big Special K guy.
No.
You don't like the Special K with the freeze-dried strawberries?
Melissa's, it's her favorite. The red berries.
Yeah.
My dad used to give me. My dad used to get Smart Start. You know what
What's
that is?
that? No.
It's the bran flakes.
Oh God.
It's bran flakes.
With like raisins, right?
No, that's Raisin Bran, and that's
I
the
love
worst
those.
thing.
I
My
love
dad
Raisin
loves
Brans.
that too.
I like Raisin Bran. I like Honey Bunches and Scroats. That's a good one.
What?
Anyway, the Smart Start had oat clusters, and it was so yummy.
Those are good.
Honey bunches of oats.
Yeah. Honey
Yeah.
Bunches and Oats.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something.
It's honey bunches of oats.
It's not. No, it's Honey Bunches and Oats.
What?
Look it up, Nick.
You
Call
know what?
it up.
No. I don't even need to look this up. Are you delusional?
He's Delulu.
Is it not
Honey bunches of oats.
Honey Bunches
There is not
and
a
Oats?
No.
If
Call it up,
if
Nick.
it's not Honey Bunches of Oats, I'll leave right now. Swear to God. I'll
I
drive
will
away.
also leave. I'll chug that whole container.
I
if
will.
It's honey bunches and
I will
oats.
as well. I'll eat the
I'll
rest of
chug
it.
that whole container in one gulp. Go ahead.
Is it?
It's off. It's off.
It's Honey Bunches.
It
of
says it
Oats?
right out the
Honey
box.
Bunches
I
of
mean,
Oats.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was Honey Bunches and Oats.
That's why I said I chugged that
I
because
did
I knew
too.
it was of oats.
So wait
He just rocked
a
his
second. They're not three different items.
No.
Honey bunches of oats. Honey bunches of oats.
I thought it was honey, comma, bunches.
Oh my
comma,
god. Oh
oats.
my god.
No, the honey
What?
bunches are made of oats.
Wait, so if you thought there was a comma between honey and bunches,
Wait.
no,
honey-
wait. If you thought there was a comma between honey and bunches, what do you think bunches was?
Yeah, what's the bunches are the oats, and they're honey.
I just thought it was a cluster of something.
It's oat clusters with honey. Honey bunches of oats. They're like honeyed bunches of oats. But it's honey bunches of oats. It's also a pet name. I call Sabrina Honey Bunches of Oats all the time. See, she goes, "Hi, Honey Bunches." Honey Bunches of Oats.
my world has been rocked.
Dude, I don't even eat cereal.
Yeah, it's just Honey Bunches of Oats.
Honey,
Shout
comma,
out to them.
bunches, comma.
They always
and
had the
oats.
best commercials too. I always remember the commercials.
Didn't they have that like down south
Yeah, they had the Southern lady
African American lady?
working in
the
the
factory with the
factory,
hairnet?
and she always called them my Honey Bunches of Oats. Like she said, my bunches or this. Like her Honey Bunch of Oats now have more bunches, and then they have just bunches. Okay, and I've had those too, and those are the best.
So
There's no rice cereal. There's just bunches,
of oats.
but just oat clusters.
so it's just honey granola.
yes.
It's delicious.
Oh yeah, it's phenomenal. Anyway, sorry for that awakening. It turned a little bit into the cereal episode.
I'm still waiting for the ice cream episode, man.
We'll have to go cereal.
Oh, we've
episode.
got ice cream coming up
We'll
in
have
2
to-
weeks.
We'll have to go
2?
cereal next week then.
Next week cereal, the week after ice cream, and then I got a surprise for 3 weeks from now.
I love it.
We're all gonna cook something again.
Oh, lovely.
Are we okay? Is nothing gonna go bad?
No, it was actually the mouse's idea.
Well, we'll have
Wasn't it her
on to
idea
explain.
last time?
It was her idea.
Uh-oh.
We'll have her explain. She'll come and explain. Not
No,
come
She
on,
will not
no.
come, and she will
Maybe
not.
maybe
talk.
a voice memo.
She got rid of us.
Maybe
She's
we
not
can,
doesn't
coming
have to
back.
deal with it
maybe we
anymore.
can call her mid-episode and just like pretend like you're not recording.
No, you got to let her know because then it'll be out of pocket. That's a lot of editing for Chris.
Yeah. Then I'll get doxxed by her. Then she's gonna go back through the episodes and see if we did it any other time. Nope, not worth the headache. Love you. Okay, it's garden talk time. It might sound effeminate. I don't care, because when you've got all of this, when we're 3 guys talking about gardening.
So
Some people. You want to talk about some people that think it's very ladylike to garden?
Brother, we're about to get hit hard on TikTok for this one. I have a feeling.
ladylike.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say about gardening. I'm talking to my friends. I'm talking about
Who
Travis.
says it's ladylike?
I'm
They
talking
do.
about all them.
They say it's ladylike.
Talking about, oh, they don't even know. They don't even know about it. They don't even know I do it. I can't even tell them.
Who? Honest to God, though, like who do they think is like on the farms? Like,
Farming is different than gardening.
It's essentially the same.
It
I
really
agree.
is the same
I agree.
because here I have a crop.
You have No, you have multiple crops.
Ladylike
That's the difference.
ladylike gardening is like planting flowers, like exclusively.
My peonies.
The dahlias don't look good. It rained too much. Anyway, because when you get to eat fresh vegetables every day, every night at dinner, that takes all of whatever you want to say about it out of it, and it just makes it cost effective. Because I've now harvested about 30 tomatoes from my garden, and there's probably about another 140 on my plants. And I don't have to buy another can of tomato sauce until the fall, until the winter, really. If you save them properly, if you make the sauce ahead. Are you kidding me? Nothing like it. So I wanted to start this segment off, Anthony. I'll get into my thing, like the fall harvest stuff. I wanted to talk about what you could do maybe if you have a garden at home, stuff that I've tried this year. But your Uncle Mario is a gardener as well. I don't know if he's more like a larger scale operation than I have. I would assume he does.
I went to take a picture when I was at his house this weekend. My phone died, and then it charged, and I forgot it was dark. But we'll get you a picture at some point.
I'd love to see it because I've built up mine a little bit, a lot over the last 4 years since we lived in our house. But I mean, this is a guy that's got more experience.
So
than
let me just start. Like we'll tell you, you could guess the green thumb. The man is growing artichokes.
Nice.
I've never met anybody that grows artichokes.
I would love to try, but I have no use for them really.
You'd stuff them. Spinach artichoke dip.
Yeah,
It's a good time.
Wow, yeah, you know me.
And the spinach.
The spinach and the arts.
Anyway,
Tell me about Mario.
Some of his, I'll give you two of his hints, and these are old country Italian hints. Recently, we were looking at his tomato area. Yes, you heard me correctly. He has a full area just of the tomatoes. And we asked Uncle Mario, why are all your tomatoes in buckets? 5-gallon Home Depot buckets. And he goes, so you could plant the roots sideways.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, now why do you do that? Chris, do you know why you plant the roots sideways?
Of tomato plants?
Yes.
I know that, well, yeah. Well, I know that the stalk of the tomato is all roots. And so you put it sideways. Or if you have the space, what I do is I bury it. I take all the leaves off except the top when I first get the plant, and I bury it 3/4 of the way down. But that's a nice, easy way to do it without sacrificing all the leaves.
So tomatoes, very robust root system.
Yeah.
And the way you plant them sideways is so you don't have to go down. You're going to save yourself digging time.
Exactly.
But you're also going to, when they're horizontal rather than vertical, you're also going to expose more surface area of the roots.
Absolutely right. I love that.
Therefore, they're going to grow larger, leafier, and more robust tomatoes. I use robust twice in that sentence. How about that?
What ends up happening is, so like my San Marzano tomatoes, which are these, and I've got, I think more, I've only have 2 plants, and I have about 120 tomatoes. No, I have 3.
That looks like a Roma.
It's a type of Roma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's in the family of,
I see.
they're pear tomatoes. They're sauce tomatoes. Romas are for sauce, just like these. This is a small one, but I picked it. It was red. Anyway, what ends up happening with those, I found this year, is the more they grow, San Marzano and Roma don't really get too, Roma type don't get very tall because they're determinate vines, which means they grow to a certain height and then they stop and then they produce. When the branches go along the dirt, they start to grow roots out of them. So like your Uncle Mario does. Now, you don't have to do that once it's already established itself, but it just helps the plant be stronger. And yeah, all the tomato wants to do is keep rooting. And so doing it horizontally makes sense. It'll just keep rooting. And then it's got that much surface area to shoot roots out, and then you're going to have indestructible plants.
Yep.
Anthony, I can't help but notice that you didn't ask me if I knew why it was growing horizontally.
Do you garden a lot, Nick?
No?
Okay. The next question I'll ask you.
Okay.
Okay.
This is an early girl.
For the record, I have no idea why they grow sideways still. Something about the roots.
Yeah. Anyway, his second tip. I'll give you 2 of Uncle M's hints. His second one, we're looking at his fenced-off area where he has a bunch of different items, cukes, peppers, tomatoes in there as well. He has a lot going on in there. And we say, wow, it looks really good. Now, mind you, this man will put eggshells in the soil.
Yeah.
Coffee grounds in the soil.
That's good.
Tills everything. It's full of nitrogen. It's very healthy soil. We're saying, Uncle Mario, why are there no weeds over there? And he said,
That's Nick.
He said, well, I'll lead it up and I'll see if Nick could
All right.
put 2 and 2 together. This is like basic high school context clues. I said, why?
I already know.
Finish the story. Let me know.
He puts deer urine on the soil.
No.
Okay, I mean, it was a good try.
It was, I guess. No, so he'll, what he does is he just plants pumpkins behind the crop area. So he'll do like a fencing area of pumpkins. Now, can you guess why?
Because pumpkins take up room for the weeds. I don't know.
Yeah, essentially pumpkins choke out all the nutrients in that area, so weeds can't grow. So that's why if you ever go to a pumpkin patch, while the pumpkins are still growing, right after they're done growing, it is a dust bowl because the pumpkins and the gourds in general, choke out a lot of nutrients out of the soil, and it's left with a dust.
There's another plant that chokes out all the nutrients from the soil, and it's right here. When you go through a corn maze, if it's like corn that's growing and not brought there like the one at St. Greg's, and it's dry out, it's essentially dust. All of the nitrogen gets robbed when corn grows as well. But corn doesn't take up a lot of space. The one thing I'll say about pumpkins, because I have lots and I have the proof here. So there's about 25 of these little guys growing out of my 3 pumpkin plants. They only get about this big, full-sized, and not even this thick, probably half that. They look like a hockey puck. They're little gourds for decoration. You could eat them. There's technically a pumpkin, not a gourd. They also take the room away from other plants if you plant them too close together.
Yes.
But pumpkins are way easier to grow than people think.
It's funny. A lot of people will realize that they grow pumpkins in their backyard if their soil is decently nutrient and they carve a jack-o'-lantern and throw it out.
Oh, 100%. So I have 2 plants in my front yard. You've seen them. Mm-hmm. So I have one of them almost across my whole front yard. Mm-hmm. And I got a pumpkin that Sabrina picked out that's actually pinkish, creamish pink. It just started growing. So I said, all right, I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I love them. I love them for that reason. You'll end up with a pumpkin patch. They spread and spread and spread. And they're fun. They're fun. It's so much fun. I love both those tips.
I have an idea for a future episode. I'm gonna not share it now.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you ready for me?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna eat a pepper. You want another one?
After I'm done, I'll have another one. That's beautiful. So, what to plant now for a fall harvest? One of the things that I have learned over the more recent years, last 2 years or so, is that just because we're entering August and we're filming this on July 31st, some people give up on their garden by now. And I've done that too. It gets a little bit overgrown. The leaves on your cucumbers, on your zucchini that you planted all the way back in late April, early May, start to get yellow and they start to die. The cucumber plants start to die. The tomato plants are producing. They start to look yellow and they get blight or some other disease. The corn harvest is done if you planted it in May. Stuff is starting to die. What people don't really realize is that the second round of stuff can go in now. Or the fall crop can go in now. So I have some stuff that I actually just planted today on July 31st that you can plant to be ready by mid-September. That's pushing it. But late September, early October when the weather's still nice. And some stuff that I'm going to mention does better when it's not really hot, like July. So, for example, cucumbers, if you want to start them from seed now, it's a little late. The last bunch of cucumbers that I started 2 weeks ago. They already sprouted and they've already got the beginning. 3 weeks ago. They already have the beginnings of cucumbers on them. They're only about that big. But at the end of August, we will have started pickling. These cucumbers, which are the Raider variety, I've picked one every day of the month. One or more every day of the month. These will die off probably by the end of August. That's fine. We'll have the pickling cucumbers ready to go. If you want to start cucumbers now, you can, but I probably wouldn't. I would start something like okra. Have you ever had okra?
I have had okra.
No.
Not a chance.
I throw out a lot of okra at Stop and Shop for compost.
It goes bad really quick.
And it's disgusting when it's bad.
Yeah, it's even more disgusting when you cook it and try to eat it. Because, oh boy, it gets slimy.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's the most slimy thing. They just fall out of my hands, bro.
I'm growing it to try it A lot of Asian cuisine has okra in it.
Your boy will make a good filet gumbo. I've made it before.
Okay, you can make a gumbo. We could do a gumbo episode. I'm not qualified.
I made it before. No,
I'm not qualified.
an hour roux was great.
I am not qualified for gumbo, and I don't want to embarrass myself, so I'll let you do it. It doesn't matter what color I turn. I am too white for gumbo. I said what I said. I am not from New Orleans.
I like to say I'm a little Caucasian.
No, I am not. I am.
Oh, okay.
Cajun.
Yeah,
There you go, buddy.
I thought you were saying.
Anyway,
never-
okra tastes. It's kind of grassy. A little green beanie, but it's grassy.
Is it a legume?
It's no, it's I know what family it's in. It's not a legume. Nope. No, but it's in a particular. Oh, it's in the. I just had it, Anthony.
Huh.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Go ahead, say it.
Okra belongs to the mallow family.
The mallow. Mallow. Thank you.
Plants in this family include okra, cotton, and poppy mallow.
Yes. Mallow.
Same as cotton.
Yes. Yeah.
Popular down south.
Anyway, it's frost sensitive, so you could plant it now, but it's gonna die by mid October. Just let him keep going.
That's not what that means, Nick.
I didn't say a word. I don't know what you're talking
Shut up,
about.
Nick.
Check the tape. When we mentioned cotton and I said popular down south, he went.
Shut up and let me talk about gardening. Dill. A reason why I have dill growing and I just started more is to do our pickles. The dill will be ready by the end of the month. It's an herb. It doesn't have to flower and produce fruit. It's just an herb. The leaves are what you use.
Still does flower though, right?
It does. You can let it flower. It goes to seed. It's not winter hardy, so it doesn't even matter. It will flower, but once it flowers, it turns bitter. But if you want the seeds, then you let it go to a seed and flower. My favorite two things I saved for now, for the fall. Lettuce. You don't want to start lettuce in June. If you start... Shut up!
I don't know why he has the giggles so bad.
No, you have no experience.
Dude, he said something mad funny. I can't let it go. It wasn't even the cotton thing. It was after that, bro. I just can't.
What was it?
I just can't.
Is it when I said dill does? We've lost it.
I'm trying to talk about my fall veggies. Lettuce. Plant your lettuce now. Don't plant it in June or July. Lettuce. Any kind of lettuce. It's bolt resistant. It doesn't matter if it's bolt resistant or not. It's not going to bolt because by the time late August comes around, the nighttime start to cool off a little in late August. And the lettuce really loves that. The lettuce does not do well when the temperature's in the mid-90s during the day and 70 at night. But lettuce does great because it's going to germinate well in the warm soil, and then the nights will start to get cooler. It's the first year in my life where I'm excited for it to get cooler at night because you can garden all the way till December. And I'm really doing it this year. The other thing is carrots. I just planted my carrot seeds. They're called the Nantes half long variety. They only get about 6 to 7 inches at their biggest. So think the carrot get... Really? I'm talking about a vegetable.
I winked at the camera.
They get about this big. You can pick them when they're only about 4 or 5 inches. They're half long. This is so stupid. They're perfect for a fall harvest because...
We can't even show business.
Can I say it, please, without it sounding bad? I have to say something about the carrots. The half-long variety is nice in the fall because it's a bit stockier. It's not as leggy. It's a stockier carrot. Sabrina loves baby carrots, and you can pick them when they're smaller if you have young kids. And you don't have to worry about My mother's going to kill me for this episode. You don't have to grow for 100 days. 100 days is too long now. In 100 days, it's going to be snowing. Even though it's July, it's going to be snowing and cold. Carrots like the cold. Lettuce likes the cold, but not deep. A hard freeze is not good for carrots or lettuce. They will survive it, but they won't keep growing anymore. So the Nantes half-long is a perfect variety carrot. And the lettuce. I planted red lettuce today, red leaf, red romaine, butter crunch, as well as salad bowl, which is kind of like arugula. It looks like arugula, but it doesn't taste like arugula. It's very light green, like iceberg. It almost looks like the corn husk here in color. The lettuce, truly, like my favorite thing to do is lettuce in the fall. Because you can make a salad every day. It starts to produce like crazy in late September.
It's Nicky in my ear. I'm sorry.
I
I'm trying
know,
to be good.
I know.
He keeps looking at me, man. He keeps
Okay,
looking at
so the other thing I wanted to talk about is some people I've seen online and some people that have asked me about my garden. My brother-in-law has asked me about it when they brought the baby over. So the babies got to meet last week, baby Hardin and baby Gregory. And it's so amazing how much bigger a 6-week-old is than now 2-week-old as of today.
It's awesome.
It's so crazy. 4 weeks of difference, like the incredible difference in how big they get. Anyhow, I've had a few people ask me that have come to look at it. My uncle John came over and looked at the garden, and he was like, wow, how did you get it to be this robust? And I said, you can't overwater. I've learned that you can't overwater an in-ground garden. Or even containers, especially containers at this time of year, because all through August it's hot. It's going to be hot all month. You might get a few mild days, but that you could get mild days in July. It's going to be hot all August. The good thing about August is that the sun starts to set earlier, so you're not going to burn through crops. You can't overwater. You could underwater. If your plants in the garden start to yellow, they're not getting enough water. There's no way you could overwater plants. Even if it rains in the morning, you could still water it at night, and it won't get overwater. Yeah. I had one more thing, but I don't need to. I was gonna say how many plants to do for like a family of 4, but like I have 2 San Marzano tomato plants. Okay. I told you I've got about 120, 130 tomatoes on there. I've picked about 20. I've got about 120 more to go, and it's still producing. That's more than enough. You really only need 1 tomato plant for your whole family. I've got like 7 or 8 or 9, 10. I don't even know how many. They just pop up. They go to seed. The dog eats it and poops it into the yard, and then it just grows. I've had 3 cases of that this year. And now I've got more tomatoes. So you don't overplant. I did overplant this year. It's okay. But yeah, you can't overwater. I was really happy we got to talk about gardening today. I could talk about it for the next hour. It's the best because then you get to look at this and be proud of it. Like the overwhelming feeling I have when I look at all of what I've harvested. And when I could bring over 5 pieces of corn that we could have at a cookout like we did this weekend, it was good, right?
They were good.
And the coolest thing about it is that I grew it. Like I grew it from seed to harvest, and we got to all enjoy corn. Like that's so cool to me, and it's.
The taste was just right, but like the kernels were a little small. They were like a little nibbly.
Yeah. Right, they're a bit they're not as deep into the cob. Yeah. Right, but it's just one of those things where it's homegrown. It's a little bit different. It's not commercially grown, and same with this bell pepper. It's not going to taste exactly the same. The same with the zucchini, the tomato. It's all just like
No, it's technically organic, is it not?
It
You pumping them up?
if it's no, but if the seed is not organic, then it's not organic.
Oh,
Because the seed may have come from
A GMO.
a GMO
Got it.
or even if it was sprayed. If the host, not the host, if the
mother.
parent plant was sprayed, then that's that. The corn, no. These are, and I use only organic granular fertilizer. What you were telling me about, like the egg shells. I don't have time to do eggshells. It's an awesome thing. Coffee grounds. I don't drink coffee. So what I do is I add a organic granular fertilizer like Plant Tone, which I do in the spring. And then for the rest of the year, I do bone meal, which is found in most potting soil. The white, some of the white specks in potting soil is bone meal, and that's all organic. I do organic gardening, but I don't make sure that the seeds are all organic. Some people are nuts about that. 3 packs of tomato seeds I got from this guy I follow on YouTube. We're on YouTube too. It's called The Rusted Garden. A lot of my ideas come from there. He does organic gardening. 3 of the packets of seeds I got from him, which are all heirloom tomatoes for next year, and 1 pepper plant. The Italian frying peppers are all organic. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's all good. I don't put any pesticides on them. I do put the 7 dust on if there's an infestation, but I haven't really had to use that this year except on the corn. So yeah, I did put it on the corn. You can see the little bit of white here. It's just residue from the dust. It doesn't get into it, and you just got to wash it anyway. But yeah. No, it's not organic, but it's all homemade. It's homegrown, 100%.
I didn't know bone meal was like actually used in real life normally.
Yep, bone meal, blood meal is also a good one because both of those have a really high, a good quality source of slow release nitrogen. And I also use organic water soluble fertilizer like fish emulsion, fish meal.
It smells horrible, but boy, does it work?
It smells like the dog's butthole. When they have the juice, the anal gland,
yeah.
When you have to express the glands, it's exactly what it smells like, because it's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I've really gotten into it this year. It's so cool that you've brought in something homegrown. I know you didn't grow the peppers, but yeah.
You've seen my yard. I don't have.
Right. No, you don't have the sunlight. You don't have the space. Oh, the other thing I want to say that I didn't plant this year is garlic. Don't start it yet. Start at the start of September. It'll sprout. It'll winter. It'll die in winter and grow really good, strong roots. And then next year is when it'll come out. Garlic and onions I will be starting at the end of August, early September. I'm really excited about that because if there's one thing I use every day, it's garlic.
Yeah.
Then I'll do olives one day, so I could do olive oil, but that's not for a long time.
And we've done the whole fresh garlic versus not fresh garlic on the show.
We have, yes. A shout out to Brenna from camp last year who was able to provide us with that. The taste. Remember how much stickier it was?
Allison.
The Allison, yeah. All right. Very fun. I told you I could talk for days.
Yeah, it was a good segment. I think Nikki has gone to the bathroom.
We lost it there for a little bit, but we had fun.
So, Chris, we're just gonna let you keep yapping here, brother.
Go for it.
Because this right here is the good, the bad, and the This is in no particular order. Take it away, Chris Walker.
Thank you. All right. So this is the Olympic version. Next week will be the Olympic version too because the Olympics are on and it's just my favorite. I love watching it. Some people aren't that into it and that's okay. I am not one of those people. I have it on all day. Even Melissa's got it on now. She's looking for stuff. She was watching surfing today when I got home from doing Instacart today. She was watching surfing. And I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." And she's like, "Yeah, they haven't started this round yet, so I'm watching the replay for the last round."
They got skateboarding. They got breakdancing, rock climbing.
It's all awesome. It's really cool. Let's start with the good. I haven't started with the good in like a month. let's talk about the U.S. men's gymnastics team winning bronze. First medal for Team USA in the team final since 2008, which was Beijing. Obviously, Steven Nedorozic is the GOAT.
Insane.
That
was insane.
I also want to talk about the other four gentlemen, Frederick Richard, Paul Judah, Brody Malone, and Asher Hong, because they all contributed equally to the bronze medal. And I think Nedorozic is getting a lot of the attention because of the whole look, the glasses, the persona. Like, he's the nerdy. He's the nerd that just won his team a bronze medal. It wasn't just him, but I mean, his pommel horse routine, which is unbelievably hard, is what kind of vaulted them, like the gymnastics term, vaulted them into that bronze medal spot. And the clutchness with which he did it, they said he had to hit a home run. What are you doing?
I was losing my stand.
And Nedorozic certainly did. I loved watching Asher Hong, though, on the sidelines the whole time. He was as active a participant as anybody. He had all of his routines. But he was like the biggest cheerleader for the guys. And just watching that go down the other day was awesome. So they're the good. Certainly brought pride to our country through getting that bronze medal. And really felt like a gold medal. It felt like they had won gold. With the importance of winning their first medal in 16 years of any kind in the team final for artistic gymnastics is what it's called. So, yeah, that's the good. It was just awesome. It just felt like really cool to be an American. Like that, wow, that was what our country's represented by. Like, what a cool thing, how a proud moment to be an American. I think no matter what you stand for outside of sports, I think it was cool that everybody could kind of come together to watch the men get bronze. And also, the bad has to do with the United States women, not their team, because they won gold. Simone Biles and the women's gymnastics team are also in the good for winning gold, but come on, they were always going to win the gold. Which is not to say they're not amazing. That's why nobody doubted them winning gold, because Simone Biles is the GOAT.
The GOAT.
But she had her little ankle, her little calf thing. And I had a problem with how the media covered it. And this is the bad. The bad is the way the media covered her floor routine on Sunday. So it wasn't the final, but it was to qualify for the final. The media created a storyline for Simone by saying that she fought through pain all day. And so the cameras were all in her face. And they were all zoomed in on her lower legs because her left leg was taped up. And she was hobbling a little bit. It bothers me when the press does stuff like this. They created something. They created some controversy for her to overcome. She doesn't need that. She doesn't need any controversy.
No.
She said going into this Olympics that she's here on her own terms. She returned by herself because she wanted to, because she loves the sport.
It's like she does not have to go there.
She needs no introduction.
No.
Okay? And so the cameras were in her face. I was praying that she didn't say anything to her teammates while the mic was hot.
Yeah.
You know how the hot mic is always on them? They're like this. In on them after it just bothers me. Let them have their moment as a team. Fine, televise it. Yes, it's the Olympics. It's televised. But they're like shoving the camera right in her face, waiting for her to say something. I was like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. And she didn't, because she's a pro's pro. She is a consummate professional. She is the definition of a professional. Incredible work by her. I don't really think there was adversity. Her trainer, her coach, I should say, they boom! As soon as it was over, they were like, so what's going on with Simone's leg? Not, wow. What do you think about your team's performance today? It was, can you tell us about Simone's leg? And she was like, yeah, her calf was cramping up. We taped it, and she's out there.
Wow, Simone stepped off the mat and still won by a lot. None of that.
She had a cramp. Her calf was bothering her. She taped it. Now she's back. She limped, ran, and did it.
Get an
That's
IV,
it.
Simone. That's it.
Night. It's done. And then the next question was, what does this say about the drive of this team and of Simone Biles to come back from something like that and still perform? She doesn't need to be put higher up because of a little annoying injury. It wasn't even really it didn't impact her. It didn't affect her at all. Great, she rose above the adversity of this injury. You want to call it an injury? No, she won gold because she's Simone Biles.
Yeah,
She didn't have to need an injury. Forget about the injury. It just drives me nuts. That happens across all sports.
Yeah.
And on this stage, it's the bad. The media is the bad. It's always the bad. The media in politics, the media in sports, it's all, you know how it goes. They just create storylines for no reason. How about Simone Biles and Team USA win gold because they're badass? Like, that's why. Right?
I have to agree.
Yeah.
Because they stood on business,
They did.
as Nikki would say.
They stood on business.
All right, the River Seine is the the River Seine. It's a bit insane what's going on the River Seine in France, in Paris. Okay, it's a polluted mess. Okay. So the triathlon was postponed until today because today, Wednesday. You'll see this on Friday or the weekend, whenever you see it. The E. coli levels were too high for competitors.
That's poop.
I know what it is. Anthony.
It's a bacterium. Until today. Yesterday, the level was too high. So Tuesday, it was too high. I'm not kidding. But they tested it early this morning. Remember, early this morning for us is like afternoon in Paris. So early in Paris morning, it was tested and deemed safe. 24 hours, no pop. Pump it full of more chemicals. The whole river, okay?
They spent, what,
$1.5 billion dollars
to clean this river,
to
and
clean
it's
this
still
river.
barely swimmable.
And it just passed. I use the word pass very loosely here, okay? Okay, like the poop all these guys are about to have. Very loosely.
This river is a child that doesn't speak the language that just made it through the class.
Pretty much, okay? So the swimmers had to swim 1.5 kilometers in it today. One man, Canadian triathlete Tyler Mislawchuk, vomited after finishing his swim. Now, it's not confirmed that he vomited from the poop-infested water. It might have been from the triathlon he had just completed, but it really wasn't a good look.
This is a Shawshank-esque. That's what I'm thinking of here.
It looked like Shawshank.
Just the gold medal.
Seth Ryder, who is an American
Sick
triathlete,
name.
right? American triathlete. He did ride and run and swim. This is not a made up tweet. This is a real tweet, okay? I promise this is true 100%. He said, "We know that there's going to be some E. coli exposure. So I just try to increase my E. coli threshold by exposing myself to a bit of E. coli in my day-to-day life."
This man woke up with crusty eyes for 2 weeks.
By not washing his hands and by not fully cooking his meat. That is how he slightly increased his E. coli
What country
threshold.
does he represent?
The United States.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
There were
Just
articles
a bunch of
written.
savages out here.
That was the country I
He's
expected.
27. He's 27. He's old. He's close to mine. He's our age, guys. He's our age. There were so many articles that were like, "Don't do this. Do not heed this advice. That is not how to do that. You don't build up your threshold. You just avoid it. You just avoid it.
So my problem, why
Don't eat poop.
I lean towards the bad instead of the here. No, this is the bad, right?
It's
Okay.
technically the but it's bad.
So I'm leaning towards that
It's dangerous.
because you're in France, okay? The Alps are like right there. Do you know how much pristine water is just flowing through the Alps? And it's like,
Untouched.
we're going to swim in diarrhea.
It's like swimming in the East River.
I understand why they had to do it. Do you know where they're surfing?
Tahiti?
Yes. So they can go to Tahiti to surf, but let's swim in
But they
human
gotta
waste.
swim past the boats. They were swimming. The girl was swimming. It was a late night. Okay, Sabrina woke up at 4:00 and did not go to bed until 5:30. It was a late night, so I was up. Well, she screamed in bed. I was watching the triathlon, the women's triathlon. I was watching it, and they were swimming. It was morning. It was like 8:00. No, it was like 10. They're swimming by the boats. The boats are just docked. It's like somebody's boat, and they're swimming like right by the boat. It was insane.
Yeah.
Insane. It was just like a head scratching thing to witness. I don't know. Very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where they're going to do it in LA when the LA Olympics come. But like that's my thing is like
just go to Compton.
that's my thing is like yeah, you can surf in Tahiti because it was once French Polynesia and owned by the France.
That's
the
why
French.
I thought, yep.
But still, the Alps are still in France. There's still pristine water like 45 minutes north of Paris. Take an Uber, perhaps.
I don't know if they want people swimming in the pristine water. Somebody's gonna pee. Somebody's gonna pee in it. So, like somebody peed today in the
Probably made it cleaner. Disinfected it.
the ammonia in the pee disinfected.
Maybe.
It might have. But yeah, there's in no particular order for you. I did it in order today.
There was a particular order.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. All right.
How are we looking on time?
We're looking beautiful on time.
Nice.
We're golden. We're gonna just like the United States in the Olympics. Let's get there.
Bang, bang.
The United States has 17 medals in swimming.
Yeah.
In just one sport, they have 17 medals already.
Katie Ledecky won me $45 today
Katie Ledecky is
I know.
a
She's
friend of
insane.
the show.
on a $2 bet. It was
We are fans of her.
It was a plus, I believe, a plus 900 to break a world record. And guess what she did?
She did break the
broke a
world record. Listen, man, she won a bronze earlier in the week. She's 27, and it's so funny because the commentators, who I'm sure the guy is a former professional, I don't remember who it was. They're great. Some of them are annoying, but they're usually great. The commentator's like, she's 27, so she's definitely the veteran. She's aging. I'm like, what? So what am I? I'm ancient? I'm 29.
You're past your prime.
I'm past my prime. Okay. 27, and she was getting beat by the 19-year-old Canadian. I was like, really? She's 27? And then she broke the world record, so it's like, oh, she just wasn't having a good day. And she won a bronze.
She didn't. That's not her strongest stroke.
Right, the 800's her big thing. And,
Yeah.
well,
But yet she set a record in the.
in the
I
15.
told you I was losing it.
In the 1500.
Set a record in the 1500.
Just to make sure people know.
Lifeguard Chris, how many laps is that?
In an Olympic-sized pool, which
Thank
is
you.
50 meters, that's 15 times down and back. Down and back is 1. Down and back again is 200. Down and back again is 300. 15 down and backs. He is causing a thunderstorm in my ear.
I'm not sure. Oh,
I was just trying to get that off.
Oh, dear.
I'm going with the hand.
I mean, you're still connected, my friend. You could unconnect.
15 down and backs. And she's in the 1500. How do you like that? I mean, that's just incredible. It's a beautiful thing.
She finished her record-winning, or record-setting try today. Not another swimmer was in screen.
You know, that's the best. That's how you know.
She has the cap off and she's celebrating, and then somebody's like,
right,
behind her.
They're still kicking the other end. They're still doing the flip turn which I just recently learned how to do. You know, the flipped. It's not easy.
No.
The video of the 1500 was insane. When she was like on her last lap and she was swimming back, and like the camera angle, you didn't like. It looked like she was swimming alone in the pool, and then like she's almost back, and the others are coming back
Yeah,
the
she's
other
passing
way.
them.
Yeah,
They're passing each other. It's wild, and they're just like, oh, that's nice. But yeah,
Having a fit. I'm trying to do
it's
it
very distracting. It's so distracting. All right, well, I'll continue. So, they have 17 swimming medals, which is more than most countries have in any sport. How about Team USA's women's rugby? The women of Team USA
was
have
awesome.
shown up and shown out.
That was awesome.
In rugby sevens, which is the 7-on-7 tournament, the first ever medal for Team USA in rugby sevens. USA won bronze. Ilona Marr, with her lipstick, her
Incredible.
trademark lipstick, and the stiff arm. That is a big woman. That is a big lady. And boy, was she excited. And her quote was that it was delicious to win the first ever medal for Team USA in women's rugby.
So, Nikki, did you get a chance to watch this? Or, like, even just the highlights?
I saw the end.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that is the equivalent of a 99-yard touchdown
Yeah.
with no time left.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah,
Right. Well, she didn't score the winning. It's not a touchdown, is it?
I don't know what it's called. It's not a touchdown.
I'm so sorry. If you're a rugger,
They've
I'm
won the
very
point.
sorry. Yeah, it's amazing. Whatever it was, she didn't make the last score. But so what? The woman that scored the ball, Skiff something. I have to get it right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound unprofessional. I also have an issue with when I do Team USA rugby and it comes up with the men first, because the women is who I want to talk about. It's just it. So Ilona Marr is who everybody's talking about. Let me check the article. Here it is. Bear with me, folks. Okay. So this is you know what?
he is getting old. You know.
Remember when we brought in a producer and then he was like, you know what? I'm just going to be on the show.
I'll
with
find
you
this
guys."
before he even finds it.
I just want to know who scored the point. Anyway, I'm so old and dumb. Forget it. Whoever scored the winning touchdown or score had to also kick the ball through the wickets, through the upright, to secure the win, right?
Alex Cedric, also known as Spiff.
I said skiff.
You did
I was
say
very
skiff.
close. Spiff. Thank you.
Of course.
Alex Cedric. She is not the normal kicker, but she had to make the kick
Because she scored.
because she scored, and she made it. They went ballistic. I was so happy about it. It was so cool. Again, the women in rugby, in swimming, gymnastics,
It's just another sport we're better than Australia at.
and also volleyball. The women's volleyball team are in business. They defeated Serbia most recently in
Cooking.
5 sets.
Looking. Is there beaches in Serbia? Yes, because it's by Albania. Next.
Yes, it has to be. But really, the highlight this week is on the women's sports because they're just dominant. They're dominant in almost every sport. There was one cool thing in the shooting that I wanted to bring up. What?
I have another cool thing in the shooting, too.
Maybe it's the same thing.
I have another cool thing in the shooting.
Some
Straight up.
teams send out their guy in a full getup.
This is exactly where I was
Okay.
going to go.
Now, what was it? It was Japan?
It was one of the Koreas.
Or yes, South Korea, I believe. I
Oh,
have
it
it.
wouldn't be North.
Nope, North competed.
Did they?
Yeah. Yes.
Ping pong.
Oh.
Well, table
It was
tennis.
South. It was
Table
South,
tennis.
Chris. Chris, it was
Ping-pong?
South. It was South. It
I
was
said
South.
ping pong. That might have been.
I
Ping
promise
pong?
you it was South.
I said pink fong.
Oh, like Baby Shark.
Correct.
Sabrina, shout out Sabrina.
South Korea.
There was a there was a post that I saved.
It was like Chinese Taipei, Taiwan. One
Yeah.
of those.
Came out with with a jersey untucked, hand in his pocket. No, just his glasses.
That's my. I don't even think he had glasses.
Yeah, no, it was just reading
It
glasses.
was the homie from Turkey.
Oh, there's one from Turkey with nothing.
Yeah, it was. You got the people like a lot of the Asian countries. They're coming out with like 3D goggles where it's like they could see exactly what they have to aim at.
And one
else
eye is
colored.
blacked out.
And they have like shooting shirts on.
They look
and a
like
wristband.
Simon Nelson Cook from Ned's Declassified out there. But then there's the guy from Tokyo or from
Turkey.
wherever. There was one of them, Anthony, from Korea.
It was Turkey.
It was from Korea. It was from Korea.
South.
One of the Koreas.
South.
And Turkey. But one of them was from one of the Koreas, and he literally had sweatpants on, and he had a jersey on. And that was it. He was just like, one silver. No problem, Bob. And then there was a Turkish one. It wasn't Turkey.
Yeah, I think
Isn't
it was.
Turkey red? Doesn't Turkey wear red?
I don't know.
Well, this guy had like silver on.
Turkey does have a red flag, if that's what you're
That's
asking.
what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, Turkey has a red flag. South Korea has a white flag.
It was Turkish Olympic shooter goes viral for silver medal with limited gear.
It wasn't Turkey.
Yes, it was. His name was Yusuf Dikek.
Let me see a picture of him.
Are you confident in that pronunciation?
No.
Oh, okay. Dikek.
Dikec.
Let me see it.
Hold on. We're going to talk.
I just want to see his picture.
Hold on.
Yusuf Dikeç.
DK. I
DK.
just want to see the guy's picture, please.
Oh, my God.
I want to see if it's the same guy.
You can't tell the difference between the Korean man and the Turkish man?
No, I just want to see the picture of him. That was him.
Thank you.
That was him.
Wait, what the?
Yeah, everybody else is like, everybody else is in like,
yeah.
All right, fine. You got this one. We got honey bunches of oats.
just
okay?
hand in his pocket like,
I'm not
Pow.
taking an L for this. I didn't say anything.
That was my
That's
loss.
your L.
We each lost. That's fine. It's fine. I don't mind being corrected.
I
Anyway,
am not lost today.
but anyhow, no, we're talking about the same thing. I just didn't think we were. What was your cool thing about shooting?
It will have to wait till later.
Well, it's later, so.
no. Different
Thank you,
segment.
Ann.
Oh, okay. Was there any other Olympics? Because then we're going to get to Grammy's Grinders.
No, our sports really didn't take off yet. We're not in the medal matches for water polo, archery. Well, archery kind of did their thing.
I watched a lot of
yeah.
water polo this week. I've had
South
one.
Korea's taking archery.
Guess whose favorite sport is water polo right now?
Who's that? Sabrina.
Yep, we watch it every day.
What's Harden's? Sleeping.
I can't say it. Yes, I can. No, I can't.
I know what you're going to say, so you don't have to say it. Anthony, do you know what he's going to say?
Eating.
Okay.
He's a competitive eater. Fine, he's an eater and pooper. He'd win a gold medal in pooping. It's just every time he eats. Anyway,
He has to compete with me.
no, he's
I'll
got
take
you.
the silver.
You take the silver. Anyway, yeah, Sabrina asks for water polo every morning now. It's so fun.
That's cool.
I love it. Kenny Albert's calling it. I guess it's fine. Anyway, Grammy's Grinder of the Week.
We're not. Are we gonna go trade deadline?
If you want, you can. I didn't put it on the script.
Okay, well, it was on the script. I put it on the script.
I don't see it.
It was there 2 days ago because I put it on the script.
I didn't delete it.
Oh no, I put it on it.
Oh.
MLB trade deadline happened. This is going to be a Yankees rant. There's some good players that got moved. Not many of them got moved to the Yankees. The only moves the Yankees did were Mark Leiter Jr., Jazz Chisholm, and Enyel De Los Santos.
The Jazz move looks good today. Wait a month.
The Jazz move, exactly. It looks good today. This was a fireable trade deadline by Brian Cashman.
Shocking.
You are one of the worst teams statistically in baseball with your starting pitchers. Do you know how many starting pitchers they acquired? None. They have one of the worst bullpens in the league. Do you know who they got? Mark Leiter Jr. for the Cubs, who, granted, his numbers are bad. He has like a 4 ERA, but the guy is a strikeout guy. They need a strikeout guy. But listen, the problem was Clay Holmes can't close games out. Guess what? Clay Holmes is still your closer. The problem is the Yankees can't put together a solid 5 starting pitchers. Guess what? Still can't do that. They had some issues in the outfield. Guess what? Still have issues in the outfield. They had an issue at third base and first base. Guess what? Still have an issue at third base and first base. I do have to say The Jazz Chisholm, I always thought he was overrated. I never really liked him. He's come out. He has looked like a Yankee. He has played the part like a Yankee, shining bright in big moments. The Yankees have won 5 straight. They took 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. They took 3 out of 3. They swept the Phillies today. But one thing that I do have to say, Jazz Chisholm did is he really put pressure on a lot of players because Jazz can play center field, second base, and third base. And all of a sudden, DJ LeMahieu remembers how to hit. Alex Verdugo remembers how to hit. You get these players where all of a sudden now that Jazz comes in and gives them competition, they're playing well. Glaber is hitting well. So it's like, what have we been doing this whole time? And that falls on Aaron Boone. Why are you not getting the best out of your players? Unbelievable.
It's very frustrating. And sure, the Yankees are playing okay right now, but they didn't take any sort of next step on this deadline.
Another thing is we're going to hear it from Cashman. We've heard it every year for the last 5 years. We're getting Stanton, Dominguez back. That's like a trade.
We like our team.
That's like our trade. That's like a trade. 2 trades right there. Getting Scott Efros back in the bullpen is going to be big. Getting, I don't know who else is coming back. Getting Clark Schmidt back is going to be big in the bullpen or big in the rotation. Though those are like yeah, I guess so, but not really. I guess so, but not really. Is really the thing. The only thing I have to say that's the saving grace right now is the Yankees have the most wins in baseball. Shockingly, have the most wins in baseball, and until playoffs, they have a cupcake schedule.
Yes,
it is. I think it's the 3rd easiest schedule out of any team in the majors, and it's the easiest out of any playoff hopeful.
They'll be in the playoffs. We're not worried about them missing the playoffs this year.
No.
But
now, one thing I have to say, I want to wrap it up quick because baseball is we talk it, but not. It's Olympic time. I am under the impression that the extra wild card slot has killed the trade deadline.
Interesting. Why?
I think there are teams that are still 3 to 4 games out, but 5 spots.
Okay, and they don't want to sell, you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see that.
The Cubs are the worst team in the NL Central, and the Cubs bought. The Cubs bought at the deadline. The Pirates are 2 games out of a wild card spot. They're the 5th wild card team right now. They bought at the deadline.
I guess I see what you're saying. You're right. A team that would have been a seller normally.
Yeah, because you add that the 3rd wild card spot, I think it is.
Yeah.
You add that 3rd wild card spot, and now you have, instead of chasing a better team, you're chasing a worse team. There's a big difference between 5 games back and 9 games back. That's a big deal. Yeah. And it's a lot of teams that would have sold in any other light they would have sold, they bought. Or they stood pat. Like the Cubs would have sold any other year.
Oh, they pulled an Islanders. That's what it's called.
The Cubs would have sold any other year. We didn't even talk about hockey. And we had great hockey news this week.
You could throw it in there at the you can throw it.
We'll give an honorable mention. HM for the GGs. Yeah. The extra wild card ruined the trade deadline. It's not anything fun anymore. Big names aren't going anywhere. Biggest name this year was maybe Eloy Jimenez, but he's been made of paper. He went to the Orioles. Jazz was a big name that got moved, and Jack Flaherty was a big name that got moved. Went to the Dodgers. Michael Kopech, I liked him a lot. Again, the Dodgers, they do it right. They don't hug on to prospects like the Yankees do. They trade them. Yes, for every Yordan Alvarez or O'Neal Cruz you trade away 15 Jorge Mateos.
Right.
That's really all I have to say.
Yeah.
Don't hug the prospects if you don't need to. Trade for people that could help you now.
All right, go ahead. Talk your little hockey real quick.
So we'll do this as an honorable mention before the Grammys grinder. I know who my next hockey jersey is going to be once I hit this weight loss goal.
Better be.
Brock Starr.
Mr. Brock.
Brock Faber, 8 years, extended. He's going to be captain by year 6 of that contract, at least, at most.
Before that,
Because I think Spurge is out this year, to be completely honest with
he
you.
is going to be the captain before 6 years.
But Brock Faber's locked up. I think he is one of the best young D-men, if not the best young defenseman in the NHL. And he's locked up on a great contract. And he definitely took a hometown discount. That's all I have to say.
I really liked the terms of his contract.
It was 8 for 56, I believe.
Yeah, it's not like the biggest contract of all time, but I know he wanted to be a Minnesota Wild, and I don't know if at this point in his career he took a hometown discount, but I really like the trade for the Wild because they didn't overspend. I don't think there's any way you could overspend on him because he is an elite defenseman already in this league.
Yeah.
But I like that contract.
Well, you have to remember, too, it was the Kevin Fiala trade. They got Brock Faber, and they got a pick that turned into Liam Ogren, who Liam Ogren's like top prospect in Iowa. He played a few games with Minnesota, but this is my bold prediction. We'll talk about this later. I think he is going to be traded to the Columbus Blue Jackets for Patrick Laine. That's my guess.
It's a big mistake. But anyway, Laine is no good. He's toxic. Toxic. Anyway.
Just love to poo on me. Or Marner, one or the other.
I
I would like Marner.
Talking.
I would really like Marner, but I think
people
want
think
too
he's
much.
lazy. He's too good to be lazy. Anyway,
that was hockey. We're touching on it. It's it's the off season. This is Olympics time. Grammys grinders.
Yeah.
We've been yapping. Nick, take it.
I was just gonna say, Nick,
All
please
right.
talk.
Let me go straight back to the Olympics here. My Grammys grinder is going to be Kim Ye-ji of South Korea. Do you guys know who she is?
Enlighten me.
She is what we were just talking about, a shooter. And
Shooter! Okay.
She won silver medal in the 10-meter air pistol women's event. But that's not why she's my grinder. She's my grinder because she was the one with all the stuff that you guys were talking about, and she looked so sick. And I'm going to show you a picture.
Yes.
Now. Look at that.
Yes.
Wait,
My
look at
God,
this one. Look at this one.
legendary.
Bro, come on now. She looks so sick. Look at that.
With the all black on.
Yeah. And the pose she's doing, she's like with the stuff on her eyes,
The
too.
coolest person of all time in that
Look at
moment.
that, man. The aura. She has aura.
The aura. Yeah, the aura plus 1 million.
Yes. Exactly.
Thank you, 6th grade.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
just
my
what
Grammys
happens.
grinder. She won silver, but she looked sick doing it. Her aura is gold medal.
It sure is. Ready?
Take it away.
Celine Dion.
What?
Celine Dion is Grammy's grinder of the week. I forget if Grammy liked Celine Dion.
Probably not.
Who didn't?
If you've known me my whole life, which Nikki pretty much has,
Celine was his strength when he was weak. His voice when he couldn't speak.
that's
His
not even-
eyes when he couldn't see.
It's not the song. It's not the song. No. It was My Heart Will Go On because I loved the Titanic. Notably, the scenes directly after the ship hit the iceberg to the time the boat went under the water.
I knew that.
Okay?
We talked about this on the ride to JFK.
Yes, I have the model. Yeah, right. Ross has the model too. Oh, that's right. He's got it. It's worth $1,000 now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got very excited there. Celine Dion is my Grammys grinder of the week. She made a triumphant comeback from stiff person syndrome, which is a huge deal. Stiff person syndrome is a serious and rare neurological disorder, which causes seizures. It causes vocal spasms, and a whole host of other issues. What are you doing?
I'm keeping my screen on
Oh.
so I could read off it.
And she delivered an incredible performance of Hymn à l'amour. Okay? Brilliant. Goosebump-inducing performance. Go watch it if you haven't already. Why are you laughing?
Gardening and Celine Dion.
Shut up.
He's got a point.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Celine Dion, Grammy's grind of the week. The theme this week was women in sports, if you missed it.
What sport does she play?
This is Grammy's Grinders of the Week. This is somebody that Grammy would vote on as somebody that worked hard to achieve something, correct?
Sure.
She hadn't sung in public in 4 years. She battled back from a neurological disorder to deliver a performance for the Olympics on Friday. That is why she's the grinder. It shouldn't have to have been explained like that. That was a totally acceptable choice. It was the Olympics.
I agree. My grinder. It's not a woman in sports. Sorry. I am going.
They picked a woman.
I'm going to petition that this person belongs in the Grammys Grinder Hall of Fame. And my Grammys Grinder of the Week is Orioles backup catcher James McCann. Nick, I know you're not into baseball. So let me paint the picture for you.
Paint it.
In the first inning of a doubleheader versus the Toronto Blue Jays, Oriole backup backstop took a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to his face.
Okay.
Bases loaded, ball hit him right in the noggin, right in the face. What did this man do? He hit the deck. He bled a little bit, busted his nose open. He then looked at the trainers and his manager, Brandon Hyde, I believe it's Brandon Hyde, and said, "Get off the field. I can play." Black eyes. So what he did is he took the little nose cottons, popped them in both noses, caught the whole game.
Each nose.
Both nostrils. Caught the whole game. Why did he do that?
Tell him why he did it, Anthony.
Because, quote, he did not want star catcher Adley Rutschman to have to catch 17 innings in one day. What a teammate. What a leader.
Absolutely.
Grammys grinder.
Beautiful choice. Borderline Hall of Fame. We might have to have a vote off there. Beautiful addition.
It was, if you saw the pictures, it was.
Oh, it was gruesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty gnarly.
And then he gets a hit. He came up, caught the whole game, went back to bat, little bloop single.
He's a gamer.
And the guy was a backup catcher. Gritty.
He's on an $8 million contract. Backup catcher.
That's
You
crazy.
punch me in the face for $8 million.
Right? Throw the ball at me.
You throw me, yeah. Especially with pitch com, I don't have to call a game. I could be a major league catcher.
No, I have to hear
boy.
about this.
Oh,
when the episode comes
Absolutely,
out.
absolutely.
Oh, boy. Why? How?
They don't. Gary Sanchez can do it. I don't have the arm for it.
Are
He'd run
you
all
Gary
over me.
Sanchez?
I'm about the same size.
You know you
I
have to
don't-
hit the ball too.
I don't
No, you
think
don't.
people on this
What are you
show
doing then?
realize
I can just stand up and not swing the bat.
how to be a professional. Or you could be like Javier Baez, and the catcher could set up a foot outside. You swing and miss, and then he goes like this.
Okay, maybe not a major league catcher. Definitely a bullpen catcher.
Anyway, okay.
I think I could do that.
I don't think so, respectfully.
I don't think I could do it.
I think I could be able to
I'm
do
not proud. I don't think I could be an emergency backup for the NHL. I don't.
it. You don't think so?
No.
Really?
I disagree with that.
I think you could be an emergency backup.
Maybe the difference is that I'm humble.
No,
I mean, I'd probably be fine.
especially with like a professional defense in front of you. I think you'd be fine.
I could hold my. I mean, you've seen me play. I guess
You'd
I
probably give up like 6 to 7, but
I could do it, but I could not be a bullpen catcher. I couldn't.
what do they have to do?
I just wouldn't do
They
it.
catch the warm ups, and then if there's a fight, they get to jog onto the field 45 seconds too late.
That drives me nuts. Anyway, very good, Anthony.
Thank you.
Well done. Well, thanks so much for listening and watching, everybody. We had fun today. We had a lot of laughs. A good time today. Follow us on Instagram at Sports and Spaghetti Pod and on TikTok at Sports and Spag Pod. And on YouTube, pause.
Hi, click to subscribe. See you next video.
Yes, that was Sabrina. To give us the
Oh,
follow.
yeah.
Oh, it's ready to go. It's all recorded and everything, as you just saw. Yeah, Anthony, take us away.
Well, I do have to say TikToks have been gaining steam. I don't know if you guys have checked.
Some guy told us to grow up. I saw that.
Somebody told, I don't know if it was me or Chris.
It was
I think
probably
it was
Chris.
Well, I think it was me because that was when we were talking about the tomatoes. Nonetheless, that's
Keep
Nikki.
the comments coming.
Yeah,
Tell me to grow up.
that's Nikki. That's Chris. I'm Ant. This has been Sports and Spaghetti. As always, take care of your loved ones. Pickle a vegetable or two, and as always, stay full.